What if you could take a tired, underperforming apartment complex and turn it into a high-value, income-producing property? I've been investing in multifamily real estate since 2006, and when we perform a value-add renovation, we follow this exact 5-step process. Welcome to Strategy Saturday. I'm Charles Carillo, and today we're breaking down the value-add process, the 5 essential steps we use to transform underperforming properties into profitable investments. So let's get started. The term value-add is commonly used in apartment investing and commercial real estate investing as a whole. But what does value-add investing actually mean? And what is the process for executing a value-add multifamily business plan? So value-add multifamily investing, it involves buying an underperforming apartment complex, making significant physical and operational improvements that allow the owners to increase their rents, which increases the property's net income, which then increases the property's value. Now, once the property has increased in value, the owners can refinance or sell it to realize some or all the value they have created. Now, our firm utilizes a 5-step value-add process, and we slightly modify it depending on the specific deal, but the overall framework stays the same. And this process leaves out deal sourcing and underwriting, but it rather focuses on the process once a property is under contract. So let's get started. Number 1 is addressing property issues before closing. So we conduct a detailed assessment of the property, evaluating all the units and systems. This is like HVAC, plumbing, electrical, the sewer lines, common areas, and the exterior. And this assessment of potential improvements will highlight both immediate repairs and then some longer-term upgrades. Number 2 is prioritizing deferred maintenance and improving curb appeal over immediate rent increases. So now we assign each potential improvement a priority ranking based on cost, rental upside, tenant satisfaction, and compliance needs. The high-impact, low-cost items are tackled first. And in other words, leaking roofs and water heaters along with defective HVAC systems are addressed first. And then during this step, we will phase out vendors we are not continuing with and bring on board the new property management. Number 3 is building positive relationships and goodwill with tenants. So we're scheduling and phasing renovations strategically. For example, exterior and interior painting and landscaping is done in the spring and summer, HVAC replacements in the off-season to minimize tenant disruption, review the rent roll and update the information for the tenants living at the property. So who's living in the unit? Are they on a lease? Where do they work? Are the numbers and emails we have for them still correct? Additionally, we will work to complete common area renovations while addressing all deferred maintenance items. Number 4 is strategically renovating units to achieve the highest possible rent increases. So focus on upgrades that tenants care about. So that's new appliances, updated fixtures, fresh flooring, improved lighting, or added amenities. And the goal is to boost rents and tenant retention. So we want to stagger the renovations as units come up with a focus on how many units we want to renovate per month. Now, if we have a 50-unit building, maybe we want to limit the renovations to 2 per month. And if we have 5 vacancies one month, we will renovate the 2 units in the worst condition and then re-rent the other 3 as is, after some painting and cleaning and minor repairs. Number 5 is going to be optimizing overall property operations. So we define and monitor key success indicators, KPIs, and this is like rental income, occupancy rates, turnover, maintenance spend, and we use these metrics to really tweak the plan and reallocate funds and inform future investments. So strategically renew leases and maintenance, some on a month-to-month basis, in order to try and best keep the lease end times spread as evenly as possible from January to October. So November, December, and January are slow months for renting, so we want to limit the move-outs we have during this time. And to recap, we are addressing property issues before closing, prioritizing deferred maintenance and improving curb appeal over immediate rent increases. We're building positive relationships and goodwill with tenants, strategically renovating units to achieve the highest possible rent increases, and optimizing overall property operations. So to learn more about what renovations add the most and least value, check out episodes SS219 and then episode SS235. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, submit comments and potential show topics at globalinvestorspodcast.com. If you're interested in actively investing in real estate, please check out our courses and mentoring programs at syndicationsuperstars.com. That is syndicationsuperstars.com. Look forward to 2 more episodes next week. See you then.
Have you always wanted to invest in real estate but didn't have the time, didn't know where to find the deals?
couldn't get the funding, and didn't want tenants calling you? Since 2006, I've been buying income-producing properties in great locations that provide us with consistent passive income while we wait for appreciation in the future and take advantage of tax laws while we're waiting. And unlike your financial advisor, we invest alongside our investors in every property we purchase. Check out investwithharborside.com. If you like the idea of investing in real estate, if you like the idea of passive income, partner with us at investwithharborside.com. That's investwithharborside.com.
Nothing in this episode should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Any investment opportunities mentioned on this podcast are limited to accredited investors. Any investments will only be made with proper disclosure, subscription documentation, and are subject to all applicable laws. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of Syndication Superstars, LLC exclusively.